What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Ball Pit. And we are picking up where we left off last time. We were able, in the last episode, to beat the third stage, but in order to progress the game, we got to beat the third stage again, the desert. The liminal desert, I think is what they called it. Right now, though, we are in our overworld city, which you can zoom in on, and it looks pretty dang cool. I realized that earlier. Let's go ahead and stick somebody in here. You know what? Let's let the twins work there. And we can't upgrade that, so we'll just let them work. We've got some buildings that we're trying to finish. We've got a university, a schoolhouse, and a wheelwright. So before we jump into the next run... Ooh, we can't shoot that way. Okay, if that's the case, then let's rearrange a little bit. I think we can just maybe do this. And just stick some of these in a this-orderly fashion. Let's see if we can harvest now. So what I want to do is hit that purple building. I may have to move it. Okay. There's a lot of little details here. Can stick that up there. How about that? Gotta trust the process, guys. I have a plan. Let's see if this works. So we are gonna shoot this, bounce around, hopefully hit the 3 buildings that we need to hit. And kind of like this angle. Let's see what that does. It's like playing chess. I can see a couple moves ahead, but I can't see all the moves ahead. We finished one of the buildings. We got some progress on some of the others. Ah, nice. So we finished that one at the last second. Great. So we finished the university and the schoolhouse. So we're now going to have a good bit of bonus intelligence. So our AoE should be quite a bit better. Is there anything else that we can build that we don't currently have built? We want to get the mausoleum, man. We need stone to unlock a new character. So we're going to keep that in mind whenever we come back for our next round. What else needs to be built? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? We could try to upgrade the schoolhouse. You know what? Let's not worry about that for right now. Let's go ahead. We haven't played the cohabitants in a while. Let's take them to the snowy shores as a bit of a warm-up. Get the unlocks from that. The blueprints, that is. Yes. So these guys do half damage, but have double the balls. Which is a buff. Even doing the half damage. All that means is we really want to stack effects on them. Damage over time things. Probably baby balls. Anything that has to do with the baby ball strats could be cool. Man, I hate calling them baby balls. What a weird thing that is. I was gonna say, what would be cool is to straight up go for the egg sac / broodmother strat. We've never, I don't think, fused those together. Maybe we have, and I just don't remember. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some good synergy there. So we're going to be looking, if we can finally make this build work, we're going to be looking to do a strategy that revolves around us making tons and tons of egg bros. So this makes a shotgun. We know that. I'm happy that it shows us that now. You know what? I'm going to banish this. I don't want to see that anymore. Let's just grab the iron ball. We may or may not want that, but more balls the better for now. The iron balls are slow, but having 2 of them is pretty sweet. Iron balls, man. You guys ever see Kung Fu Hustle? Talk about iron balls is what it's making me think of. Okay. Grab all the XP, level up quickly. And we're clearing now. Let's also grab... I think Magic Staff is really good, but it's not going to be so great with this build unless we get AoE. Let's grab this. It also gives us something to pair with the Iron Ball besides trying to make the shotgun. Which the shotgun wouldn't be bad. I think it also makes the baby balls. So maybe that is a good synergy for us. Let's go here. There we go. Man, these characters they're tricky, man. I said last time I played as him that I was going cross-eyed, trying to make sure I'm hitting like optimal. Maybe we just shoot down. And that gives us the correct kind of trajectory that we want. You know what? These are baby balls. We're going to take those. I like getting those in our pool. The turret, that is. It sucks to only get one upgrade there. We're trying to aim so that, let's see, if we go a little more viscerally direction. No, no. Yeah, something like this. Each kill heals you by 5, but each shot you take deals 2 damage to you. Does this not just like straight kill us? So this is another baby ball producer. We'll take it. However, I don't know how many of these we're going to be catching. We'll catch them accidentally. So we could try to make it a point to dodge and catch them on purpose. We would like to see the passive that spawns the white balls every time we pick up a gem, which I think starts at 25% chance, but goes all the way up to like 45 or something like that. Maybe even higher, I don't know. Cool. Happy to see the levels. Trying not to worry too much about the stragglers. It looks like we've got it sort of under control here. Let's upgrade the Broodmother. We've got 3 level 3 balls now, so we're hoping to get some evolutions going. Not that interested in fusions. Really want to see an evolution. And at the first mini boss, I feel like maybe we should have one already. We've prioritized getting... Okay, let's see if we can hit... very sensitive. Yes, there we go. Widen out a little bit. We've prioritized making sure we're picking up relevant passives for the build we're hoping to make. Give me that. There we go, there we go. So this mini boss has defenses from the front. So we're trying to come at him from the side. Check that out. Man, I feel like we're doing a ton of damage, but maybe not. Okay, we got him. That's all that matters. We got him before he did damage to us. So the ethereal cloak can be sketchy. It'll make all the balls pass through the enemies, which is not so relevant for the ghost. And we could find ourselves in a situation, because we don't have any AoE, where all the balls are going to get stuck. I'm going to actually use my last banish on that, and I'm going to reroll. I don't have any healing, so this isn't relevant. This could be good for us, but it's currently not. What we want to see is the horn that gives us bonus damage to the baby balls. For now, we're just going to take level 3 on the turret. I guess we take level 2 on the bottle tornado, and we really want to get... Okay, we got a new blueprint. I was going to say we really want to get an evolution, but we got a new blueprint, a stone mine. So we have the gold mine, now we can get a stone mine. We love to see that. We have 3 evolutions available. This is the one I was hoping to learn about. It looks like a big spider. Let's see what that is. Kind of shocked this is our first time seeing this one. The Spider Queen has a 25% chance of birthing an egg sac each time it hits an enemy. Cool. So what we want to do, probably, is... Man, if we could fuse that with the Ghost Ball and get tons of piercing, That could be the move now. I feel like we're starting to get a little overwhelmed. Okay, let's grab that. We got an evolution, and we got the assassin ball. Passes through the front of enemies, but not the back. This is maybe a little dangerous. We need to get 2 more balls right away. Backstabs deal 30% bonus damage. Please give me a ball. We'll take another ghost ball. Like I said, we want to maybe fuse that with our spider ball. Oh no. Come on, man. I need damage. The baby ball damage is quite weak. Oh, we're getting smashed now. This is not great. Yeah, our ball's in the back, not doing anything that's helping me currently. So getting that assassin ball was probably even a mistake. We should have backed out of that maybe. Damn. I hope we don't lose, even though it's looking like we probably will. Damn. We had something fun going. We just couldn't quite get there. Might try that again. Housing gained an ability. Let's return to base. Let's harvest. And we now have the stone mine. Okay. We're going to build that. But I want to build it here. Something like that. Let's build it and go back to rearranging. Okay. Let's see where I can shoot with the harvest. Yeah. Man, there is a way, of course, to drag and drop these. If I just do this and do this, does that work? No. Does that work? No. Does that work? No. Okay. It's getting annoying having to do this manually. That's the price you pay for not remembering how to use the hotkeys. Alright. If we harvest in a this-orderly fashion, none of this is relevant for being hit. As a matter of fact, we kind of just want to move this stuff out of the way. We're going to have to rearrange everything else at some point here. This is fine for now. I'd like to hit up this kind of corridor here. One more. Okay. Let's go here and here. Perfect. Okay. Let's hope this does something that I want it to do. We want to harvest normal resources. We want to get as much stone as possible. We want to finish this building and this building. Nice. And we finished that one. That was big for us. And we also finished the lumber yard as well. So cool. And we got the stone that I think is necessary to build the mausoleum. So new character unlocked. When we come back, we'll try to harvest and make sure we set up like a nice little cage where we can make sure we finish that. I'm not feeling the need to upgrade any of that just yet. You need someone to harvest. Sure. Anything else? Nope. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Let's try to play as this character, the Embedded, and we'll take him to the desert. The Embedded also has piercing shots, unless you hit the wall. You just gotta dodge lasers, man. Love it. Give me the lightning ball. Little early AoE to help clear the waves. Put us ahead. And with piercing, we don't have to worry too much about these crab guys. That can be pretty annoying if you don't have piercing. They're annoying, but they're also fun. They're part of the mechanic that makes this map fun. You can kind of use them to get into cracks and crevices that you might not otherwise be able to get into. We could go for the effigies. I think they're kind of fun. Or we can start banishing them and just get rid of all the effigies, or 2 effigies. This is the building that gives me banishes. I mean, that's something we're really going to want to upgrade. Let's just take it. Because we have piercing, like I said, it would be nice if we had on the last run. Ooh, I was wondering why I was so slow. I got stuck in that quicksand. Because we have piercing, we're hitting a ton of balls with the spider. Ghost, not as good with that. Silver bullet synergizes. We'll take that. We don't want to hit the walls at all. But yeah, we have a higher chance of spawning the baby balls because we're passing through so many enemies. Wow, look at the stacks right there, man. Come over here and try to clear out this side a little before they pile up on us. Max out our ball strength. Awesome. 5 out of 5. Would recommend. What do we take next? We could try this again. Or let's go to the Iron Ball. One of the weaknesses of the Iron Ball is that it's so slow, but if we're this high up on the enemies, with piercing, it kind of negates the weakness of that ball, and just makes it a really high damage ball for us. If we have to play really far back, and it has to travel a long distance, and that's where it starts to kind of suck. Let's fuse these two. Turn our fighter baby making into an AoE business. I wonder if people who are really good at geometry, like real geometry, are better at games like this. I I wonder if that has any bearing at all. Probably not, right? There's definitely a hand-eye coordination thing going on here. So the big deal for us here is not this boss, particularly this mini-boss. It's the second one. We need to have a ton of DPS ready for the second boss. And as we sit right now, we're kind of weak. I'm going to banish the boots and banish the stone effigy. Though I think the effigies are really good. I almost feel like it's maybe too good. I think if we had just gone effigies here, we'd probably win. Stacking a little poison. Ooh, let's take a fireball. I do want to get the vampire ball at some point, and the freeze ball wouldn't be bad either. Come on, man. We got to kill this dude. There we go. Excellent. And we got a diplomacy hall. Increases the leadership. Cool. We'll take a final level of the pressure valve. Really cementing our AoE damage, but we need that single target, man. Scoop all this up. Let's re-roll. Damn, I don't want any of these. We'll re-roll again. Sure, I'll take a short bow. And we got an evolution. Cool. So we'll make the bomb. Another AoE-centric evolution, however. If we're shooting this at single target enemies, we're probably wasting a lot of its DPS. It also, I don't think, particularly synergizes well with the piercing motif of this character. Because it just sort of explodes as soon as it hits him. Oh man, what's hitting me? Oh, I got poisoned. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, like right there, that worm just took the whole hit of the bomb and crushed our DPS. I'm very worried about the upcoming... Yeah, let's take fire. Upcoming mini-boss. It's the double owl-looking statues. And I don't think we got the sauce yet, man. Happy to get the burn damage up. So if we shoot at this angle, we get the piercing going forward, but we lose it on the back end. But that might be a good thing sometimes because it allows us to get some bounces going. This could be good. This increases after every bounce. Bounce is kind of the antithesis of what we're doing. We're just going to reroll, man. Yeah, and at this point, we're going to try to make zombies, I guess. I don't love that. Let's see if we can pierce through one and then pierce going back through the other. In a sense, doubling our DPS. Getting the twofer on these mini bosses. The bomb is only going to hit the front guy, but the rest of the balls are going to go through pierce. Okay, nice. Actually, a really good sign. I think we killed him a little sooner than I thought we would. There we go. And the bomb did some work for us. Come on, man. Our strength just went up. I was about to say, now we're dead. Damn. Whew. Okay. Residents of nearby houses gain 25% bonus experience. Cool. And we did find a blueprint. Let's return to base. So we've got another character to try to get. New warfare building, but it will take one additional stone, of course. So let us... And we're going to get a lot of stone once this all finishes. But for now... Let's shoot into here. What the heck? Nice. Okay, happy to see that finished. Happy to see this finished. The thing I really cared about the most was the new character. I was hoping that would get finished, but now we can rearrange things to make sure that it gets finished on the next run around. And we also have enough to grab a diplomacy hall. Cool. Alright. Let's go back in, man. You've beaten the desert. You're the only one we've beaten the desert on. We haven't beaten the ice stage with the warrior yet. Let's try that. The basic character. Like original recipe Coke. Is that the best Coke? I don't know. Man, the only Coke I drink nowadays, though, is... If it's not Mexican Coke with the real cane sugar, I don't drink it, man. I stay away from high fructose corn syrup in all of its forms. I had a bad experience a few years ago where it made me, like, physically ill for, like, days. And since then... I used Hershey's chocolate in quotations to make chocolate milk, and I don't know if I got a bad batch of Hershey's chocolate syrup, but let's banish this. Let's ooh, I don't have enough money. Okay, we'll just take the upgrade. I don't know if I got a bad batch of it or an old batch or whatever, but I could taste the fake syrup. And I threw up for like 2 days. And I used to get home, you know, make some chocolate milk. That was one of my favorite little, you know, guilty pleasures for a long time. Chocolate milk and popcorn, if you can believe that. But after that, I could never do it again. And I actually had to research back then. I mean, this is like 10 plus years ago. I was like, what the hell happened? Why does it taste like this? What's making me feel sick? And then I realized that's what it was. And after that, I could taste it in everything. All the sodas I'd been drinking, candy that I liked, I mean, just everything. At first you wonder, like, is this like psychosomatic? Am I just only tasting it now because it's in my head? And it's like, no, it's gross, man. And even though I like Mexican Coke, it's still a lot, man. That's a lot of sugar. Sugar is bad for everyone. In pretty much every form. And the amounts that we consume it anyway. I don't have a lot of vices on this earth, but sugar consumption is definitely on the list. I will crush some gummy bears, man. Let's fuse these two. Some Sour Patch Kids. Oh my god. Okay, so the AoE from Earthquake is going to inflict bleed, and you can see that's pretty effective. I like that. Nice, and we just cleared right away. Let's banish whatever. Let's re-roll. I was hoping to get another ball. We want to level up more balls so we can get more evolutions. The balls we have now are strong and are clearing, but they're not going to carry us past this next stage here. I'm about to say, now we're just getting gold because we don't have anything to upgrade. That's bad. We maybe should have re-rolled more aggressively to try to get a third ball. Yeah, I'll take another Earthquake ball. I like that. I don't know if we have a lot of the Earthquake synergies unlocked yet. I think that was a pretty good angle. Let's try something like this. Cool. Let's move up. Just as much contact as we can make. I think we're doing big damage. Man, let's re-roll. Let's re-roll again. Yes, I'll take the lightning ball. Cool. Any fourth ball I would have taken there. Killing it. So I feel quite strong now. And we have things to fission. So we didn't get very lucky there. Let's go lightning. Maybe we can evolve lightning with poison. There we go. We got a fusion available, sure. That's what we were looking to fuse. So now the AoE also inflicts poison. Hopefully not another case of we built into too much AoE and not enough single target damage. Ooh, we're gonna take some damage. Okay. I let that one go unnoticed a little bit too long, I think. Try to get every bit of experience we can. Man, we have no passives. And because both of our balls aren't level 3, we're not really going to get much probably out of a fission here. If we get 2, that would be excellent. Yeah, okay. That was best case scenario. Get a little too close. There we go. Dodging, picking up. Alright. Let's grab short bow. Because we've re-rolled so much already, we can't really afford to be too choosy with our passives. If a good one shows up, like a short bow is kind of a decent, kind of head empty passive for us. We just gotta take it. So this one's just tons of AoE. No evolutions, man. Let's play off of this. We're getting huge damage into that chunk. Get rid of those dudes. Come on, man. God dang it. I was really counting on the poison there, finishing him off, but it did not. I will happily take a laser ball, that's sick. I rewatched the old Resident Evil movie not that long ago. I hadn't seen that in forever. I remember the laser scene in that movie freaking me out as a kid. People getting sliced. Let's grab that. Such a freaky concept. Okay, we gotta kill this thing. We're going to prioritize that. If we get close like that, we can kind of catch the balls really fast and throw them right back. And we got a watchtower. Increase the harvest clock by 2 seconds. Oh, we need to build a ton of those. Yeah, that's great. Hitting enemies from the front, that's something we're definitely doing often, whether we even want to or realize it or not. So that's just a straight DPS upgrade. Try to carve ourselves a little niche in there. Get some of this AoE going where it needs to. There we go. I'll take those. And we've got tons of AoE, man. That's what we need. It increases the AoE damage, but it also increases, like, the single target damage in some ways. If there's less stuff on the board, then the more we can focus on doing single target damage without having to worry about getting overwhelmed by numbers. You could spin it that way, if you wanted. This is yet more AoE, but it's also good. Do we pass this up? No, I'll take it. Doesn't help us much versus the boss. And we're quickly kind of getting to that part of the game. Yeah, we got the full 4 there. Sick. Make sure we're going downfield and taking full advantage of the huge AoE that we have. Because that boss is approaching, and I'm going to have to be on my... I was going to say my best behavior, but I meant to say be on my P's and Q's. Get comfortable before we get into this boss fight, because I don't think we're going to have the easiest time with the boss. The balls that we have are great at clearing, but they're not so good at single target, so this might take a long time. It might take me a while to finish this boss. And the longer this goes on, man, I got like old man arthritis in my hands from all the things that stress them out from day to day, like especially jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu and video games aren't a good combo for hand health. Strong grip for about 2 hours a day, and then the rest of the time I feel crippled. So the longer this boss fight goes on, man, my hands actually, believe it or not, they do get fatigued. Just hitting WASD over and over again. As silly as that might sound if you're a younger person, the struggle is real. Okay, here comes the Death Star. All right. Let's see what we got. I'll take stone. Oh, no. I was slow there for a second, and I'm not sure why. Or I felt slow, or I reacted slow. We can't take any more of this bad damage. I gotta dial in. Not to be confused with dial up. The opposite of being sharp and fast. There's probably an optimal shooting angle here. I don't know what it is. I think the more I focus on dodging, the better off we'll be. Let the shooting take care of itself. When the ice is in the front, then of course I need to hit the walls to get behind it if I want to do damage to it. Man, I really wish we had a ghost ball of any kind. So situations like that is where I think toggling of the automatic firing comes in handy. Because if we weren't shooting, we'd be moving faster. That's kind of what that boot passive is about. But if we're always shooting, which we are, to maximize our damage, we just move so damn slow it's hard to dodge. It hasn't really hurt us yet. I think the enemy is attacking just a little bit too slow. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that mechanic come into play more in some of the later stages, which we haven't seen yet. I'm trying to send the balls down range, man. Dude, I tried playing Top Golf years ago for the first time with my kids and my lady. And I was actually a little surprised by how bad I was at it. My lady did well. My ex-lady. My kids had some fun and did okay. But man, oh, we got a new character. Single family home. Sweet. But I was going to say, but I did okay. I can hit the ball. But like, my old baseball swing kept coming in. And I couldn't like pivot my hips well enough to hit. It sucked, man. I was shocked. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Let's return to base. Build and try to get these two new characters. Can we get the housing that we need? We can! Sweet. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just making sure there's nothing else to build. Yeah, we do want to build these harvest clock extenders. And you know what? We have a ton of gold. Let's just expand up, man. Cool. So now we're going to rearrange. We're going to do what we've been doing. We're going to get some of these buildings just straight up out of the way. Play a little Tetris. Sure. So what I want to do is just make like a nice little box. this really doesn't matter that much. None of these things really benefit that heavily from being next to each other. This is finished. I'm happy with that being here. It's this that I need to move. Put you back. Let's put you back. I already know I'm going to mess this up, so let's just go here. Here. Here, and kind of a big whatever right there. Okay. So what we also want to do is this. Just get this stuff out of the way for now. Okay. Gonna put that there. And put that here to act as a wall to kind of keep the stuff bouncing. We want stuff bouncing in this area. That's the idea. Oh, but that's right. The reason we had this here was so that we could get the bonus of increasing the movement speed. Well, that's a bit of a moot point because let's rotate that this away. If you're worried about this buff here, it just buffs the production of farms, and we haven't really messed with that too much. So I'm not stressed about it. This might be what we want. And then we'll shoot up into here and get some bounces going that way. Let's see how that works. It's an idea. So that's a bad obstruction. We're going to have to fix that. Let's go back to rearrange. Let's maybe go here. Can we shoot now? Yes. Okay. So that being said, let's go back one more time. Let's rearrange this and this. Can we shoot now? That would be even better. Yes, I like this. Okay. Would have moved this here if I could go back. Are we going to finish anything? We finished the watchtower, which is great. If I can upgrade that, I will. Even more harvest time, I think, is massive. And if we can build like 10 of those, I think we probably should. Though, looks like we can't. It'll only let me build one. Makes sense. Damn, I wanted to unlock the new characters today. And I also wanted to beat the desert today. You know what? Let's give it one more college try with the embedded. Try to beat the liminal desert. This would be huge for our progress in the game. As we descend. I keep hearing Wayne June from oh, what's it? Darkest Dungeon. Duh. That little brain fart there. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. I agree with that. I could probably count on one hand in my life the number of times I've been overconfident by it at all. So we've got light here. The new ball that we unlocked blinds enemies on hit for 3 seconds. Blinded units have a hard time detecting you and have a 50% chance of missing when they attack. I don't think that's very good. Although in this stage, there are several things shooting at me, so maybe it's okay. Oop! Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh my god, let me pause the game real quick, 1 second. As I answer this message real quick. Sorry, guys. Okay. I think I am good. My phone's on silent. Good, good, good. Okay, sorry about that. I never know when things are important or when they're not. And I always like to just make sure things are not important. When my kids aren't with me, which is every other week, if they text me, then Gotta make sure everything's good, you know. Priorities in life, super important, man. Let's banish. This is great for us. We don't want the balls to bounce. So if we're not ever aiming at the walls, or at least intentionally not aiming at the walls, kind of taking this very slight inside shooting pattern to make sure we get our pierce going. Wow, 5 out of 5, baby. I was gonna say, yeah, let me get another ball, please. And the laser ball is awesome. I would like to see the other one for this run. Maybe get that holy laser ball going, which is great versus multiple enemies, but I also think is good kind of single target as well. Who knows what kind of evolutions we might unlock with the light ball. I'm excited to see. Spreading that poison around, letting it tick. Cool. I shall take the freeze ball as well. Maybe slow is an element we've been missing from some of our builds. I'm going to take a fission in the hopes of getting like four upgrades. Huge. I feel stronger already than the last run we did. And maybe that's just because we're good at clearing and we actually are going to get checked again by single target damage. Remains to be seen. Okay, and this is the antithesis of what we're doing here, the hourglass. That wants things to bounce. We want things to not bounce. Trying to think of what other passives we could kind of work in here. Nice, 3 evolutions, including a new one, a light ball and a laser. You know, for the sake of science, I want to know what this is. So I'm going to take it. I'm sure it just blinds everything that gets hit by the laser, but let's know. So we got laser beam. It deals a bunch of damage and blinds enemies for 8 seconds. That's a lot. I doubt this has any effect on the boss, which is kind of why I was a little bit hesitant to prioritize it, but maybe it's good. What the hell do I know? A wind ball, which synergizes with the frost ball. I'd like to see that. We just got to get to the final boss, man. We just got to get past the second mini-boss. I think that's going to be our hardest hurdle every time we play. Let's get these back bounces. What do you got for me? We're not going to be bouncing off the wall, so this is not great for us. Unless we stand and shoot in a viscerally direction. I think we banish the boots and we roll. I'm happy to take this because that'll give us an evolution next time we get one of those upgrade swirly rainbow deals. Oh, I walked right into that. That sucked. Yeah, there we go. Both level 3. We should be able to get something right here. Nice. Oh, but we've got the option for something new, which I think we take. It's probably just a very similar version of this. Would love to get some big AoE poison going. What do we got? Noxious. Passes through enemies and applies 3 stacks of poison within a 2-tile radius. It lasts for 4 seconds and each stack deals damage. Sure. I'll take the Shadow Ball, which I think does not synergize well with piercing. But with certain upgrades it does. We've seen them, and I see that blueprint. Let's pick that up. We got an archery range to increase our dexterity. Cool. I'm glad we expanded our home base, because We were beginning to run out of space to put stuff in. This game is very well paced. As long as you're kind of playing somewhat optimally, we've been able to hit all of our unlocks in timely fashions, which has been cool. I'm gonna say big money, but we got wrecked there. We'll get this to level 3. I don't know if there's any shadow ice synergies or evolutions. I kind of doubt it, but maybe there is. It'd be a lot cooler if there was an evolution for every combination that you could get, but I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, right now we've got a fusion. I'm gonna go for fission instead. And I think that was worth it. Getting 2 of our evolved balls upgraded to max, that feels huge. Let's banish this for now. Let's roll. And with freeze on the board and piercing, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not loving the inclusion of the Shadow Ball. I think that's messing us up pretty bad. It might give it some good single target, but it just doesn't synergize with the build and with the Ice Ball that we currently have. Yeah, we gotta bring these down the sides here before they get too close. Happy to see some health on the board right before the mini-boss comes in. Man, multiple fusions, huh? So this might be a cool way to get in on this. If we add dark to, like, the laser beam, for instance, what does that do? Dark X laser beam. Huge hit damage. It destroys itself. Emits a laser beam that deals damage. Wow, what? Okay, but only one beam, though. But it looks like maybe a massive single target damage. Ah, I want this. I want this for the healing. But right now we need big damage to get past this next DPS check. So let's angle our shots here to go up through one and down through the other. After we pick all this experience up. Get that upgraded quick as possible because we definitely want to get the evolution. Oh my god, we killed that so quickly. I wonder if it's the dark laser. I mean, the numbers on that thing were pretty impressive. Yeah, until they hit a wall. I mean, this is kind of a little bit similar to what we built last time. But I think the balls that we have are just so much stronger. We got good evolutions. Wow, we crushed. A fusion here. No, let's go for fission. And then for our last slot, bonus critical hit damage. We didn't really build into a crit build, so maybe that's just not great. I don't know what our standard crit chance is. I could look at that under the stats. Let's do that real quick. Let's go character, detailed stats. Crit chance is 0.72. I don't know if this is... No, there's no way that's 72%. It's 0.72. That's so low. Even if we round up and call it 1%, I mean, that sucks. So that passive was really bad. And as I'm watching, I'm not seeing a ton of... Man, what is hitting me? I'm getting poisoned. I see that HP on the field. Let's make sure we grab that. There's so many lasers, it's just kind of hard to tell which ones are mine and which ones are the enemies. at the very least, we got to see some cool stuff on this run. And nice, we do get the cool evolution that I wanted, which will free us up to get another ball. Maybe the vampiric ball. And this synergizes really well with the ice pick that we have. If we get a chance to get another ice ball, that's the one we really want them. Freeze ball, frost ball. We could re-roll and try to get it again. That would probably be the move. But I think we're good. It would cost a lot of gold. Ah. Stinky crab, guys. You got me. I really wonder how much blind is helping me. It feels like one of those mechanics that we're not really going to understand the impact of it. Because there's no real stat on like how much it saved me from taking damage. Alright, that was pretty good. We still got a little bit of time before the final boss comes through. Time to get our health back up and get much stronger. We want to upgrade this. So the next time we have a chance, we might be able to fuse it with something else and get an additional ball. In order to stack health, I have to not run into stuff. But like I said, the game does this weird speed up thing when I don't have any balls to shoot, because then I'm able to run at full speed, so I end up running straight into stuff. Trying to maximize the efficiency of how close I'm standing to the enemies gets me in trouble a little bit. That, and we should be able to get at least one more fusion and then one more ball. There we go. Get that laser killing everybody along the edge. Clean that up for us. Would prefer not to leave that experience on the board. We'll take full HP as well. Yeah, after this, man, I gotta go take some Tylenol or something. My hands are killing me. I wanted to play some more Final Fantasy after this. Yeah, this sucks. Wish I had not gotten that. Almost anything would have been better. Man, so we didn't get a chance to fuse, and because of that, we're not going to get a chance. We're not going to get a chance to get an additional ball. So right now, I've only done this boss fight once. We look to be doing great damage, so that just means I got to dodge, man. That's a cool little mechanic there. He looks like he's doing a lot of different attacks than he did last time. Or maybe we're just burning him so much faster. We may not get to see the other stages. Because this was quite the fight last time. I mean, maybe even we move up. Alright, we got him on his last leg. Really avoid damage at all costs. I mean, your victory in this game is kind of inevitable as long as you can dodge. Because just the randomness of ball bouncing, even though it's not random, it's geometry, I get it. But it's sometimes random if I'm just waving my reticle around. You're going to hit stuff. If you can just infinitely dodge, you're good. So we unlocked another blueprint. The market unlocks the ability to exchange gold for other resources. That's cool. And we got our second gear. So we can upgrade and find out where our pit elevator will take us in the next episode. Awesome. As well as unlocking the desert trophy. And I'm not going to blue ball you guys. We're going to harvest our resources and try to unlock the new characters, unlock the new stage. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. You've unlocked a new level, the fungal forest. Sweet. Sick. Alright. And with that, I also want to build. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to relocate you. In my free time, I'm going to have to play around with this to see if I can't figure out how to mass move. I did it when it told me how to do it the first time, but since then I haven't been able to do it again. It's clearly a me problem. Alright, let's see what we can build. So, the marketplace, I definitely want to get that. But I like prioritizing getting new heroes, which we built all their buildings. Okay, excellent. So, with that, let's drop that down. I know I want that. And then I also want the archery range. So we'll place that there, place that there. Let's rearrange. And I'm just prioritizing finishing these buildings, if you're curious what the heck I'm doing. And hitting this so we get a ton of bounces. Can we shoot into here? Yes, yes we can. Awesome. I think this is good. Got a nice little echo chamber going here. And our harvest clock is a lot longer now because we have this. Ooh, we misplaced that. That sucks. We have unlocked a new character, the Shade, which looks dope. We finished 5 buildings there. That's huge. We didn't get a ton of resources, but we have a ton of resources. This I wanted to finish. The single family home. We would have unlocked another character. And I think we could have had I not misplaced it. So that's on me, man. But let's go ahead and move this. And can we upgrade this again? Oh, we need 60 wood. Well, I guess, I have the market. I could buy 60 wood. Ooh, it's expensive, man, huh? If we upgrade, what does it cost? 500, of course it does. I want to upgrade this one more time. And I want to upgrade this for better exchange rates. Otherwise, we're just kind of not going to use it, you know, if the exchange rates are poor. Who doesn't love a good exchange rate? So this is a good... Maybe something like this is a little better. And we'll shoot in here, boom, knock around, and get all that stuff. And we'll do that in the next episode, guys. I kind of want to look, though, real quick. This character, what do you do? A killer for hire. He starts with a dark ball. Ball shoot from the back. And have a base critical hit chance of 10%. So this might be the crit character where we can finally start using all those dagger items. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel is Good Talk Gaming. And when we come back next time, new stage, new character. Potentially a second new character once we unlock the single family home. And yeah, I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are too. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Later, y'all.